Hey YouTube, me and Farrah are here to do a quick breastfeeding tag video for you in honor of Black Breastfeeding Week, which is a part of National Breastfeeding Month. So the purpose of Black Breastfeeding Week is to promote and encourage breastfeeding in the Black community, which has often seen lower numbers of women breastfeeding, initiating breastfeeding and continuing to breastfeed. So we want to go ahead and promote and encourage all of our sisters out there to go ahead and continue to breastfeed for the health of their baby and for themselves. So we are just going to chit chat about breastfeeding and answer some questions, and maybe we will get Pete to look at the camera. Or maybe not. Okay, so this tag is not new. I'm just doing it because it's Black Breastfeeding Week, but there are 8 questions about breastfeeding that I'm going to answer. And you know, hopefully it has fun. Hopefully this is fun. So let's get the first question. It is, what is the craziest place you breastfed in? The craziest place I breastfed in, I don't even know what a really crazy place would be, but I think the craziest place that I breastfed was in the back seat of a moving car. Which I know is not the safest thing ever, but this was back when she was younger, and she is a screamer. And we were on our way from somewhere, and we ran out of pumped milk, and we couldn't stop, and she was screaming, so I couldn't take listening to the screams anymore. So I took her out of the car seat and I breastfed her to sleep, and then put her back in the car seat. So yeah, she couldn't wait for that next meal. So that's the craziest place that I breastfed. How many hours have you spent breastfeeding? Well, as you can see, this girl is solid. This is a big baby. Say cheese. This is a big baby. She is 5 months old, if you can believe it. And when we went for her 4-month checkup, she was 15 pounds. So I'm assuming now she's probably like 17 pounds. Stop eating my fingers. I'm assuming now she's like 17 pounds. She's grabbing up to the rocket there. I'm assuming she's 17 pounds now, and she loves to eat, and we're exclusively breastfeeding right now. So I spend a lot of my time nursing her when I'm here. To give you an hour, a number, probably couldn't do that, but just know that it's a lot. What is your favorite thing about breastfeeding? That's your favorite thing? I would say besides the bond, my favorite thing about breastfeeding would be the weight loss. Like, it has helped me lose all of my baby weight. Like, I pretty much lost all of my baby weight by the time she was 6 weeks old. I did not expect that at all, but I was very, very happy. So yeah, that has to be the best part for me. It allows me to still eat whatever I want. I'm pretty much still maintaining this weight as long as I kind of stay active. So that's definitely a perk. Right, Farrah? What was your toughest moment breastfeeding? I will probably tell this story forever. I'm going to tell her this story when she grows up. But our toughest moment was probably when we came back home from the hospital. And I just remember it was the middle of the night. I don't know what time it is, but for the sake of the story, I'm going to say it was 3 o'clock in the morning. She was hungry and screaming. I could not get her to latch. My boobs were engorged. I was ready. Like, I wanted to feed her, but for some reason, I just could not. It was so frustrating. Like, my nipples were cracked. They were already sore. I was engorged. She was screaming. She wouldn't latch. She was hungry, and I wanted to feed her. I felt so bad that she was hungry, and we were just not getting the hang of breastfeeding. And she was screaming and crying. I was crying. Like, husband had to come and like try to console us both. And then ultimately, I think he just told me that I should just go and pump her a bottle. And that's what I did. I was able to get her a good bottle and give it to her, and he held her while she was screaming while I pumped the bottle. And yeah, that helped that situation. But yeah, that first week of trying to breastfeed, oh my God, I'm very happy that it's over. How do you entertain yourself while breastfeeding? So like I said, I spend a lot of time breastfeeding her because she's greedy. So usually I sit in bed and I have the Amazon Fire TV, so it has a little remote, and I usually just click through Netflix or like HBO app or any, you know, watch a movie. If I don't feel like doing that, usually I'm scrolling through my phone and like texting or something. Your favorite breastfeeding gadget? It's probably nipple shields. Actually, no, I'm very sure that it is nipple shields. Nipple shields are the reason that we're still breastfeeding, because my nipples were jacked, and even though I had like lactation consultants helping me in the hospital, I could not get her to latch once we got home, and I was just about to quit. But then I saw Tiffany Darling from the Daily Davidson, and TJ was going to Walmart to get her some nipple shields when she was trying to breastfeed Carter. So that, watching that vlog made me research it, and then I said I'm gonna try it, and if not, we're gonna go on formula. But after that, like, it worked. My nipples healed. She was able to latch and get enough milk every time, and it was amazing. So definitely the nipple shields. I know you're supposed to like wean back off of those, like you're not supposed to use them for a long time because they could like reduce your supply. That didn't happen with me, and we're still using them. We are not gonna wean off of them, and that's just that. How long do you plan to breastfeed? Well, originally I said a year, but I think I want to do at least 10 months. No, 6 months is my minimum, which we're almost at 6 months, but I want to do 10 months, and you know, if we go longer than that, then great. But I mean, there is a limit. I don't want to go too much longer than 10 months. I don't want to be the one that's having a 4-year-old breastfeeding. I just don't want to do that. Hey, nothing wrong with it. I just don't think that it's for me. Yeah. After a while, I know it's gonna get kind of old. It already is getting kind of old, like pumping at work, and it's a lot. But yeah, that's how long I plan to breastfeed, 10 months. And last question, the most embarrassing breastfeeding moment. I don't know, like after I left the hospital, like I was not very shy about breastfeeding. Like I would just whip my boob out in front of pretty much anybody. Like all my family and close friends have probably seen me breastfeed at this point, because it's just like, she's hungry, she's crying, I'm gonna put a boob in her mouth, or we can just all sit here and listen to her cry. Which one? So usually it's go ahead and breastfeed. So the only moment that I can think of is maybe a month or two ago. Me and my mom had her in the mall, and she was getting fussy and hungry, and I had again ran out of pumped milk. So while my mom was like getting her, like finishing up her pedicure, I went into the dressing room to breastfeed. And so we were sitting in the dressing room breastfeeding, and then my mom texted me and she said, I'm on my way to meet you in the dressing room. Which one are you in? So I texted her back and I told her where we were at. And then maybe like 2 or 3 minutes later, I heard someone knock on the dressing room door. So I just assumed that it was my mom, and I just opened the door, and like I'm just boob out breastfeeding, and it was actually the dressing room attendant, and the guy was just like, oh, I'm sorry, I just wanted to see if somebody was in here. And I was just like, oh. I think he was probably more embarrassed than I was, honestly. But I would say that that's the most embarrassing moment that I've had. But anyway, yeah, that's the breastfeeding tag. Only 8 questions, and I hope this was entertaining to you or informative or something. But yeah, it's Black Breastfeeding Week. Black women do breastfeed. That's a page on Facebook that I follow. So make sure you go and support. Post your pictures of you breastfeeding, of your breastfed baby, so we can encourage other women of color and Black women to breastfeed. It's good for you, it's good for the baby. I'm definitely an advocate for it. Thank you for watching this video. Say bye, Farrah. Farrah Giselle. Say bye. No? Why are you looking at your toes? Those are toes. Look there. Look. Look. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye, baby. Okay. Bye. Ow. You're just gonna throw your face into my book, son. What? Look, what?